So in the past 24 hours, a specific UFO clip, a new UFO clip, has been going viral on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook. I've seen it on Twitter everywhere. And a lot of people are like, this is the real deal, okay? Because it is, admittedly, great footage. It's really sharp. It's really convincing. It's steady. It's well shot. It's very impressive overall. So in this video, we're going to look at this specific case, look at all the footage that's available, analyze it, look at the background information, people's reaction, and then look at possible explanations, as we always do on this channel. So let's get into it. But before we do, please don't forget to smash the like button if you're enjoying the content. I would greatly appreciate that. So the footage we're about to look at has been recorded in the city of Curitiba. I know I'm shredding the name. I'm trying my best over here, which is a southern Brazilian city, and it's been recorded on July 7th, 2024. So it's about 20 days ago, fairly recent, and the title says it appears to have some sort of landing gear. And as I said, it's intriguing footage. Let's take a look at the clip. So at first it gets a bit shaky, right? You can see the camera's kind of flicking around. But then he's actually doing a really good job. You saw in the beginning how far away the object actually is. It is not close, so there's quite a bit of zoom going on here, and he's holding the camera very steady, which is really contributing to people in the comments saying, dude, great footage, great catch, really love this one. And I guess what he's referring to in terms of the landing gear is that little return, and he's zooming back in a second here, is that little return that was there on the bottom left, and now it's almost gone, right? Let's go back to the beginning. You can kind of see on the bottom left and bottom right here, some kind of little spikes, triangles, protrusions, whatever it is, coming out from the vehicle, while towards the end of the film, they're gone. Okay, they're not there anymore. So it's puzzling footage. It's really, really crisp. And the credit for this, by the way, goes to this guy on YouTube. I'm going to link the original video down in the description. I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce that surname, but you know, that's accumulated quite a few views, and it's really kind of gone viral in the last 24 hours. And if you read some of the comments underneath his video, people are asking the right questions, right? Like this guy here, he says, why did you stop filming it? Where did it go? What did it do? Because admittedly, the object in the footage does not move a lot, right? If you go back to it quite in the beginning, just look how it sits in relation to this banister underneath, right? So it kind of sits here, then there's this little triangle that sits there, so it kind of sits above it. And then towards the end of it, when he's zooming out, it seems to have descended slightly, right? Previously, it was more up here. Now it's here. So it seems to be moving, but obviously not irrationally, right? It's not zigzagging through the sky. You know what I'm thinking when I see footage like this. But anyway, people are asking in the replies in the comments underneath, why did you stop filming? And he replies in Portuguese, presumably. I think it's not Spanish. People in Brazil speak Portuguese, right? He says, I reached the end of the street. There was no way to go any further, and the object was already very, very far away. And he actually gives the exact name of the street. You can find it on Google Maps where he was. And in another reply to someone asking the same question, he says, I have another video of about 15 viewpoints from this point in the filming. I guess that's kind of a bit of a bad Google translation going on here. But I guess what he's saying is there is another video. I have another video. And I saw this yesterday as I was researching this, and I couldn't find it. Because if you went to his channel yesterday, there was only one video. But in the meantime, he has uploaded the second video. So how I understand it is he reached the end of this road. The object was already fairly far away. So he didn't want to run towards the object and get more shaky footage. So he probably switched off his camera and then ran towards the object, tried to get closer to it, and then recorded the second film. And this has been uploaded to Reddit as well. It's titled Part 2, UFO Sighting over Curitiba, which is the capital of the southern Brazilian state of Paranaya, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's funny that whoever put this on Reddit put that it's the capital of this specific Brazilian state into every title. It was also in the other title. But anyway, so he's got the second footage uploaded now, and that is almost even better. Do you see this? So what I find interesting is, right, just looking at this object, and it might be an optical illusion, but there seems to be some core here. It almost looks like as if the sides are translucent, somewhat translucent, and you can see through it, right? It's obviously diamond-shaped, disc-shaped, and you can see the core through the center of it, which fascinates me, right? When I first saw it, that's just really unexplainable to me. And again, this shot is even better. Clearly, he got closer to the object, got a better shot. And I have to credit the guy, you know, he's really doing a great job of filming this, getting close, getting the evidence. So there's a few things I want to mention. Obviously, very good footage, very sharp. object, seemingly transparent. We spoke about this. However, it's clearly not CGI. Okay, not to say that you can't fake this, but the way he talks about, the way the object looks, the way the object kind of behaves. And again, you can kind of see in the end there, this little, he calls it a landing gear or whatever, but this little triangle protruding from it from the right-hand side there. So it's clearly the same object. I don't think it's CGI. We got so much footage. I mean, both of these clips are just like 45 seconds in length, so it's not crazy amounts of footage, but it's fairly convincing. I'm convinced it's not CGI. The question still remains. Why did he stop filming, right? And the answer to say, well, I then ran towards it and got a second film is still not answering the question why he stopped filming. Like, if you see this in the sky and you genuinely believe it's aliens, you're filming an alien spacecraft right now, then surely you would keep filming as long as you can. And 2 45-second clips, which, by the way, with this original video, I'm going to link all of this down in the description. You can all check it out. Doesn't seem rational to me. It's just a bit of a weird excuse to say, well, this was the end of the street. And I then ran, it's like you're not answering the question. Why are these clips so short? Also, keep in mind, nobody else filmed it. We have no other footage. This is, I think, what I could look up, what I researched. The city is a 1.8 million metropolitan in the south of Brazil. You can see there are loads of people here, right? Streets are busy. You can see people walking around there in the distance, cars everywhere. I mean, it's not that nobody can see this object, right? Surely more than one person would see it. And again, it might be that people filmed it, they didn't share it on social media, it didn't make it into these Reddit threads yet, so the footage might be out there, we just haven't seen it. That is a possibility. But it is just a bit suspicious that this is the only clip we're getting. And if you combine that with the fact that I believe that this is real, this is not fake, there's only one explanation, okay? And that is that everyone else who saw it probably knew what it was. They saw the object and they were pretty clear on, okay, it's this. Everyone knows what it is. And only this guy, I don't know, tried to film it in a certain way to make it look alien. Now, before we move into the explanation and, in my opinion, the debunk, I think I can explain what we're seeing here. I want to point out a few comments to you guys, okay? Because once again, the most beautiful thing about UFOs on the internet is the UFO community and their complete lack of skepticism. Because I see this and I'm like, yeah, it's not aliens. This is the first and foremost thing. It's not aliens, okay? What is it? I don't know. We can speculate. We can go back and forth. The way it moves, right? Could be a drone. Doesn't move rationally. Doesn't fly around a lot. Seems to move with the wind. Could be a kite. Could be a balloon. But so far I have no evidence for that. And you'll see where we're going with this in a minute. But it's definitely not aliens. That's my take. Let's read some of the comments of the r/aliens community on Reddit. People are posting these seemingly related but quite obscure reports of other UFO sightings that are similar, like the Pentax unidentified object report stating the diamond type shape with it being more round on top, right? And you can actually look at this report, like all these documents, right? Check it out. And then down here of the object was that it was diamond type shaped with being more round at the top. Guys, this report kind of describes what we see here. It's got to be the same object. Do you need any more proof than that? And people are like, nice find, bro. If it ain't this freaking thing, then I don't know what it is, bro. If it is not the exact same thing that was like mentioned in this obscure report from the year 2000, then I have no idea what it possibly could be. I don't know why it looks like an eye blinking. Maybe it's because it's warping or bending, right? It could be that. I was thinking it's expanding and contracting like it's breathing, guys. Maybe it's a living organism. What the hell, bro? Just what the hell? Wild, dude. Kind of looks like the Antioquia UAP. So people are also posting other reference images. It's like, oh, guess what? We've seen kind of diamond-shaped objects in the sky before. Look, this looks kind of diamond-shaped, so it's got to be similar. Jesus. And this guy says I downloaded and stabilized it with Google Photos. The breathing just makes me uncomfortable, guys. Okay, let's check out the stabilized footage. Look, man, do you see this? It's breathing. It's just, man, it makes me so uncomfortable. What could it possibly be? This is insane. Some of the best footage ever. If it was just the close-up, I would think it was CGI, but the camera goes out to the street and zooms way out and then back. It's perfect. It's just perfect. So credible. Looks like an eye, says the shelter place. And Jimbo Scribbles replies, honestly, it looks like an eye of Horus, bro. It's the prophecy. They have landed. Calvin UFO, the Brazilian tour. Okay, looks kind of like the Calvin UFO. If you're not familiar with that, I'll link my debunking video of the Kelvin UFO incident down in the description. It's basically, I would say, the most famous Scottish UFO incident that ever happened. So you can check that out. It looks kind of similar. But yeah, people are like, wow, this looks just like the Kelvin UFO, man. You're right. Oh my God. I'm not a film expert, but this is one of the few videos that look real to me. Okay, it looks real to me. This got to be aliens, guys. And honestly, it continues endlessly. And not a single person does a little bit of research on this, okay? And it kind of annoys me. It really does. Because, and this is where we're getting to the explanation and the debunk. In Brazil, in June and July, they're celebrating kind of a festival, okay? It stretches, as far as I'm aware, over those 2 months. And again, feel free to correct me on the details of this festival. But it's called the São João. I don't know how to say it.
São João.
São João. Okay, that sounds French to me, but I guess that's what it is. And during that festival, it is very common to see balloons in the sky on a daily basis. And you might say, well, bruv, this thing looks like a diamond shape. Okay, balloons like that don't exist. You're out of your mind. Well, turns out they do. Turns out they do. I'm not saying this is exactly the object we're looking at. Obviously, this has like a flag hanging underneath. The object we saw did not have a flag hanging underneath. But notice what we see here, just in terms of the shape. We see, obviously, the diamond shape, left and right. It has the right shape. And then you can even see in the beginning, when it takes off, the little protrusions here that these guys described as the landing gear, right? From this angle, they're not as visible. Obviously, the object is slightly higher in the sky. So you would see it because it has these, 5 tips that go to all directions. Also notice that the center is a big tip that is pointing towards us. Okay, so this would be darker. If this would be just a black balloon made from semi-translucent material, you would see the center being darker and the sides being slightly lighter. And now look at this footage again. Okay, and now knowing this, you can actually almost make the shape out. Do you know what I mean? You can see this is little tip that points right towards us. This is the one that goes to the left or to the right. This one is going to the left. You can actually see that that's what it is. You're even forming the little shadow underneath here. So it is not, as I initially suspected, a semi-translucent object with some kind of core sitting in the middle. It is just a star-shaped balloon that looks pretty much like we just looked at. And the tip that is pointing right towards us is what you see here. It has the shadow sitting underneath it. It has the slightly lighter part sitting on top. That's what it is, okay? It's very, very clear that that's what it is. And that's also why I read these comments out to you guys. It's just so disappointing that this community of all these people who clearly, they just want to believe, right? They don't care about the truth, about doing the research. Were there balloons? Is there a festival? Does it exist? They're not willing to go to that depth. And this was also posted on Reddit. Okay, so you just need to do a little bit research and look into it. It was not hard to find this. But clearly the UFO community on Reddit and on Twitter and so on doesn't really have a genuine interest in finding these explanations. They want aliens. It's got to be aliens. It's the real deal, bro. This looks so real to me. I'm not a film expert, but this one looks real to me. And I'm just sitting here like, dude, all right. That's what it is. So I'm giving it a ginormous debunk, okay? Even this balloon example we just looked at has a different color scheme, right? There are differences between these two balloons, but I think the shape and how it behaves with the light and dark and the spikes and everything, it's a perfect match. It's a perfect match. That's what it is. But guys, that's my take. That's my opinion. You can leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And by the way, this also explains why nobody else filmed it. Okay, because if you're there and you're walking around and you're probably in a slightly different position, you're going to look up at the sky and you're going to see it's a balloon. It's a star-shaped balloon. If your eyes are good, you will probably see that. But due to the camera, due to the angle, look, maybe the guy who filmed it really genuinely didn't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure that the guy who filmed it knew what the
São
João festival is, if he's from that area and he's Brazilian, which I have to assume. So I'm not saying the dude is trying to mislead us or start some kind of hoax, But anyway, his video got almost 6,000 views on YouTube overnight. So good on him, dude. Good on him. That's it, guys. That's it for today. You can feel my disappointment. Once again, it's not aliens. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. Thanks for spending the time with me. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and join our Discord. The link to that is in the description. Leave your thoughts on this clip down in the comment section below. I would appreciate that as well. And I hope to see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye.